the Legion household.
He said, "How are you doing?"
Good.
I'm still cracking up on this show today.
Oh, steak, yum. But this right here was so
and a set
good.
of cards.
If you weren't already reading Action Comics, this isn't like you go pick it up and check it out kind of thing. I mean, sure you can. It's action packed, huge stakes. We know that.
Steaks. Yummy.
Yeah, we know that from without
You
spoiling.
said something about high stakes, totally different, and he was like, "Steaks, yummy."
And he had walked off before it happened too, so he was out of cam, out of mind. You just hear that comment. As soon as I saw that in the chat, I just pictured that from y'all's perspective. Like, yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was hilarious, dude. I was cracking up. It was on point.
Steaks. Yummy.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate, 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 hate.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and Chill. And this is a special episode of FOC and Chill. I invited all of the homies that were at Planet Comicon to come on and talk about their experience, talk about their haul. I know Pocan Joe had some great hauls. I know Beckerman had some stuff. I know Burke had some stuff. I don't know if he'll have time tonight, but I know there was a bunch of interesting things that were had. If you haven't seen Pocan Joe's video, definitely go check that out. I enjoyed watching that one. And of course, you had the obligatory montage. Got to have a montage for the Comic-Con video. What's up, fellas? Thanks for joining me tonight. We do have another first appearance, and you guys know how much I love first appearances. Pocan Joe is on here with his first appearance on FOC and Chill. Thank you for joining us tonight, my man. I had such a great time with you this weekend. I wish you wouldn't have got me too drunk Friday night, though.
That's what I do.
You over-ordered.
I guess he's an influencer is what he is. He's a dirty influencer. We got Las Cruces in the house representing New Mexico. What's up, homie? Thanks for coming through. We've got my man Durs who's got to go into, and I get it because I have to go to bed early most nights. So no worries, brother. I appreciate you coming through and saying what's up. We got my man Nick in the house. What's up, Nicky Kicky?
Oh, Nick,
Nikki
send me your address.
Nicky Pancakes, what's up, brother?
Nicky Pancakes. Marcus and I got his kid an A-OK. I need that Nicky Pancakes address.
So what happened was it was Beckerman's idea, but he had me go over there and get it. And he didn't give me enough money, so I get to have credit for doing it. As well. It was definitely all Beckerman's idea, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, I went over there earlier to get it, but they wouldn't sell it to me.
You were very upset about her not working when it wasn't time for her to work. We have Digger Jim in the house. What's up, Jim? Good to
take my money and give me a mug. I don't want the soda. Well, you can't get soda right now. I don't want the soda. I want the mug. The mug's right there. I feel like CJ, but this is so stupid. I give you cash, you give me a mug.
You sound like CJ. I was just thinking that. What's up, C Bizzle? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming through. We got Frog Brawler in the house. What's up, Frog? Good to see you. And Nicky Pancakes, the year that you were in Planet, man, that was awesome. Maybe we'll get you back one of these years. But I'm excited to see you at Heroes. You and Pocan Joe will be doing it again. In June.
We will always look out for the short stack.
Nicky Pancakes. Absolutely. And take care of it. Thank you for that, C Bizzle. I appreciate that. So let's, you guys want to get into it. Any thoughts? Let's start with Pocan Joe. Any thoughts on the con?
Oh, so I flew out there in Spirit, and that's a trash airline. If you can avoid that airline, avoid it. But after that, it was all aces, man. Becker was nice enough to pick me up. Then we immediately went out to the restaurant, meet up with you, Q39.
Q39 with Ken. Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
That I love that when people live in the city where the Comicon is, you always get the best restaurants. You really do. So that was the burnt
some good
end
food.
and just delicious.
They were singing your praises on 4C Comics tonight. How nice you are. Even what's the nice lady's name? Beckerman, I forget her name. Monica. Yeah, she was talking about, because you've got a streak of paying for everyone's dinner. So that's a hell of a streak.
Habit of
You've got a hell of a streak going for that. But it's a way to leave a mark. They all remember you, that's for sure. So thank you for that. Always appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no,
but go ahead.
No problems. But
yeah, what up to Adrian?
That was great. And then the hotel I stayed at, I'm going to tell you right now, that place is just beautiful. I like the kind of eclectic old school hotels around there.
It had a very old school vibe.
Yeah, like old mafia.
I feel like Al Capone probably contracted a syphilis there.
The speakeasy in there was pretty cool, man. And the drinks, I got so drunk because the drinks were so good. I wasn't even realizing what was happening.
You get into a conversation, your mouth gets dry, you need something to drink. Bam, there's $20 a drink.
That place was crazy. I gave you money and you're like, yeah, I guess I can tip with this. I'm like, wait a second, what do you mean by that? And then you showed me the bill. I'm like, oh my God. How the hell did we do that? It got crazy.
It is by the other peanut. So yes.
Yeah.
But not the peanut, not the peanut that I go to.
Yeah, you had some great footage of the hotel in your video, which shows how it just looks very old school, really. And really nice. Like old school luxury is what it was.
There's 3 bars in there, a restaurant, and like I don't know if it's something the staff learned or if it's just the people there, but like you got this feeling that everybody wanted you there. Like everybody was just so nice, and you were always getting something free. It was ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't free. I'm sure it was on the front. What up, John? Good to see you, Cali Comics. I appreciate it.
We had the return to Tomstown Saturday night.
Tomstown.
Yeah, I was too hungover to make that. I'm sorry I missed that. But how was that? I know you made fun of Burke, which is always fun.
Yeah, it's what I do. I'll maintain it. He made fun of himself, though.
Yeah, it was actually it was like if you've ever hung out with Burke, sometimes he likes to ask these kind of weird questions that you just don't normally have in conversations, which is fine.
Every time I hang out with the guy, he tries to sell me a bidet.
Yeah, and the moment he would ask one of these questions or make one of these statements, boy, Beckerman and Mike were just on him. Like I barely said anything there. I'm just drinking my drink, watching the show. It was great.
Yeah, it's one of Beckerman's favorite things to do, actually, is to go after Burke.
Yeah, it was
really
quite the show.
Wasn't trying.
Bobby, it just comes naturally.
Yeah. Some things is right themselves.
He brings it on himself.
Bobby, I sent you the link on Instagram. If you got anything,
I saw Bobby and Joe over by Bernard Chang, but they were talking, and I had to head to the next booth to get my cigs all done. So I didn't get to see them very long. I was hoping to see more of them, but that place was crowded.
Tuesday was
crowded.
Saturday was crazy. Like the line went all the way around the building. Like I feel bad for the people that were trying to buy their tickets on Saturday. So word to the wise out there, I don't care what con you go to, get your tickets in advance. Otherwise you're stuck in 2-3 hour lines.
Yeah.
What up, Seth? Well, real quick, what up, Seth? Thanks for coming through, homie. I appreciate you. We got Sledhead, one of my Wednesday night homies, coming through. So what's up, Sledhead? Good to see you. Sorry, go ahead, Beckerman.
Oh, I was just saying it was definitely a con to have the fast pass for. And I could have worked for a fast pass. Actually, the coins. CBCS came over on Friday. They needed help, and I turned them down because of how my legs were feeling. But one of the guys in the booth, Billy, went over and helped him, and he got some coins because of that. I didn't end up needing one, but boy, that's the way to go, because if you're standing in, there were people. I think Burke himself was in Kevin Eastman's line for 4 to 5 hours on Sunday.
There for a while. Yeah, he said.
Yeah, 4 to 5 hours, he said.
I had a friend
Ridiculous.
that started to get in that line, and him and his son, and they ended up giving up because the line was so long.
Yeah.
He was by far. You say was he the most popular one there? Would you say?
No, it was some voice actor, David Keith David, the guy who does the voice of Goliath. His line and Matthew Lillard's line had the two longest waits I've heard of. Matthew Lillard had people in his line for 13 hours on Saturday. He stayed
13
to get signatures done. From what I hear, Matthew Lillard stayed after the con was over for 3 hours.
Oof.
Just because his line was so long. Wow. And that's the Scooby-Doo screen
like
guy,
that.
right?
That's the screen guy, yeah.
Yeah. I loved him in Scream. He was funny. I'm feeling a little woozy.
Well, I think he's Shaggy too in the
yeah. I think he might be more popular for being Shaggy, actually.
Yeah.
I think
that's off to anybody that stays late for their fans.
Yeah.
That had to be a long day for him. You could make the argument he's making a lot of money, but there's a lot of people in his position that wouldn't do it. Speaking
of fanning out, I was able to get my picture with one of my heroes, Mr. Adam Savage, with Becker. That was a complete surprise to me when he mentioned it to me. I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, we went and I got it right here. Actually, there it is.
That's awesome. That was really cool.
It was awkward for me. Like, I didn't know how to stand. I didn't know what you were like. Should I touch him?
You look at G.I. Joe there.
Yeah, I just did the grandpa stance.
Sure did. I put my. I cozied up to him.
Yeah.
And then Beckerman and I also got a photo. He let me tag along for a photo.
No, that's not a let. Yeah.
Can you not
fire me? That too.
My verbiage is perfectly fine here. But yeah, it was super cool. And when we got in there, he was like, "You guys want to flip off the photographer?" And Beckerman was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Peace, good." I was
and there's me and Kevin Eastman.
How long did you have to wait for Eastman?
So this is I busted out my best impression of Pocan Joe math. The line to meet Kevin Eastman and get a free selfie with him was 5 hours long? Yeah. However, the line to do a professional photo op for $30 was 10 people long and took 2 minutes. So I spent the $30 and saved the 5 hours.
Spend money to save time. That's what money's for.
So essentially, all of those people that waited 5 hours to get a picture with Kevin Eastman or a signature or whatever, they could have they saved themselves $30, which if they waited 5 hours, congratulations, you're worth $6 an hour.
That's right.
That's what you said your time is worth.
That's what you said your time. That's what you did. That's your worth, King.
Sledhead, cons aren't for everybody, but if you know a bunch of people going to the con and they're going to be hanging out and having fun, then it's 1,000% worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I can't imagine going to a con now and not knowing anybody there to hang out with.
It's the best, man. And it makes it so much more fun. Like, I went to my first con when I first got into comics, and I kind of knew Burke. But I didn't really know a lot of people. I kind of knew Bobby De La Ghetto, but I didn't really know him and Brother Joe that well at that point. And I had a good time at the con, my first Planet Comicon, but it wasn't the same as the next year when I knew a bunch of people. It was just another level of fun. So, but yeah, if all that sounds good to you, then I couldn't recommend it more. I'm so excited for Heroes Con in June. It's going to be a blast. And I think there's going to be even more people there than there was last year. So, I'm excited to meet a bunch of people, man. I cannot wait for that one. I'm sad that Beckerman's not going to be there this year. I guess we're alternating years, buddy.
Yeah.
When you go, I don't go, and when I go, you don't.
Kansas City sends its representative.
Bobito, what's up with you? Any thoughts on your con experience this year? How would you compare it in terms of like this being the 25th anniversary, was it bigger than normal, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it was bigger than normal, man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. I miss Joe, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you. I only saw you once in the Gleason line, or I forget what line you were in. You were there by
Friday, yeah, I ran into
Jason Aaron line.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was a little bit under the weather, man, but I made it to the con, but I knew I couldn't hang with you guys in the after party and stuff, right? I wanted to real bad.
I couldn't hang with us either.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, Marcus, give us some highlights of Saturday.
I already said that I didn't make it in Saturday, but I do love your little trolling way of speaking to me.
What were your highlights of Saturday? Like, what did you do that?
My highlight was laying around and drinking Gatorade. And going back to Joe's hotel to get my phone, which I forgot there that night. I also did.
Did you get much heat with the wife?
No, my wife knew the deal. She knows when it's con weekend, I'm gone. I don't exist. It's out. She's on her own. And she's great about it because she goes and does stuff too, and I'm on my own. So we take care of each other, which is real nice, man.
I don't know, man. I was on the con floor just going buying stuff.
I bought a few books.
Are we ready for that part? You want to talk about what you bought? You want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'm just tracking down some remainders of runs. We've got a Submariner number 14.
You got the whole run?
Decent shape.
You got most of the run?
Yeah. I'm down to single digit.
That's a ton of books, isn't it? Damn.
I have issue 50. I want to say I have 8 copies of it.
And is that because of the new Warrior stuff, or what's the reason?
Oh, it is the first appearance of Namorita.
Yeah. But is that why you're into that series? Is it for New Warriors or is it for Namor?
Well, no, I like Namor to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put together a run of this. Some issues are easier to find than others.
Right.
I didn't know you were a Conan fan.
I used to seem Conan was everywhere, and now it's starting to get scarce. I am now one away from having this series.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice one.
That is a nice looking cover for 20 cents.
Yeah, right. I think this was $10.
Nice. Digger Jim approves. I love the shirt, by the way. I'm loving your shirt tonight.
Ooh, I like that.
Just finished. I believe this is a 6-issue series, right, Joe?
Yep.
If it's only 6 issues, I now have all 6. There's a 7th one I don't have.
Nick wants to know which one you're missing for the Mr. Miracle run.
I'll tell Nick later. I don't know. He's sneaky. There's certain people I won't give information.
Yeah. You say it and it'll be in your mailbox the next day. That's how it goes.
And he'll try to make up some sort of a nickname for me. And no.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Nick. A ruthless kindness with that guy, right?
Little Marvel's Greatest Comics.
Oh, I love that cover.
This was in a $2 bin.
Yeah.
$2. Wow.
$2 bin.
Damn.
AOK from Pocan Joe.
Nice.
I've never heard of this book before, but
what's his name? How do you say his name?
I believe it's pronounced Night Thrasher.
Night Thrasher. Oh, you can't go wrong with that 90s foil, baby.
There's a page from that book right there.
Nice.
I love how clean those frames look with the original art, man. That looks so clean back there.
And then let's go through the rest of my stuff since we're working on this.
Nikki says, just give in, Beckerman. It's already at your door.
Give in to the side.
So, Mark Waid signed. First appearance of Bart Allen.
Great cover.
Mark Waid signed. A good read last year.
World's finest.
Kevin McGuire, my favorite run of Justice League. The signature and remark were complimentary. And it says, Yo Becker, your pal Bill Morrison.
What a nice guy, man. That's a really nice guy.
And then a remark on my Lobo #1 that I picked up at Pop's Attic.
That's awesome. Yeah. How much was he charging for remarks?
80.
Wow. Yeah. They did. That's a good job he did for it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the first time I met Bisley. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was nice to meet him.
Yeah, I haven't met him.
This is Rafa Sandoval prelim for an unused cover that DC didn't buy.
Oh, very cool.
It was super cheap. I'm now kind of regretting buying it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I would frame it, man.
No regret.
I got a lot of stuff. I don't know if I can justify framing it.
That's an illegal question, Sledhead. You're not allowed to ask that question. What's wrong with you?
What did he ask?
Somebody's wife could be listening.
What did he ask?
No, I spent more at this. He asked, how much are y'all spending at these things? I spent more at this con than I've ever spent.
So the Sandoval was $30. And then this I got for $50. And it's a prelim for a used cover by Bill Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
This was the actual cover to Bart Simpson, Boy of Mystery. I think they changed the title to it, but it was issue 32. I have the comic, and I now have the prelim of the art.
Nice. That Bill Morrison connection coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. He's your friend, too.
Okay.
He likes you.
I like him too, yeah. But friend's a strong word.
Look at that.
Wow.
Who is that?
Eduardo Rizzo.
You're just an original art fiend, man. Look at you.
I am. That's got some texture to it. He did some stuff on the bottom there.
Yeah, sub 1,000 for me.
Like,
probably not for everybody here, but definitely sub 1,000.
Oh God, yes. I spent after the AO. Well, and they weren't AOKs. They were like. So I like to do this project where I have my friends sit in on photo ops, so that when I put up all of my photo ops from over the years, you see my friends at different cons. It lets me remember the time and the place. I'll need to get Bobby at some point, but he was elusive this year. But I've now got, Marcus and Joe added to the collection.
There's mine right next to my doggy.
Yeah, man.
Is.
So, including those, I'll get you a total of what I spent.
Yeah, it's going to be way more at Heroes Con because I got to travel. I'm sure it was way
right.
more.
I think I was into it for about $460.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, the most expensive thing I bought was the sketch. And Eduardo Rizzo does not come to the U.S. And he now he was sitting next to Bill and Ken, and he even said he loves doing cons, but he hates traveling. And now he's locked into doing a 4C show, and not sure if he'll come back for a while.
Yeah, brother, yeah. I agree, Brother John. It is a great idea.
I like doing the celebrity photo ops with a buddy, and I knew Marcus would be cool with John Bernthal. I knew I got my picture with Pocan Joe and Adam Savage. Talk about getting stuck at the side of the road with a broke down car, They're not just going to fix your car. I'll be driving away in a rocket ship or something.
They'll pimp your ride. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what up to Willie Survive? Thanks for coming through. And of course, my homie, Brother John. And then we got Sleepy Reader 666. What's up, Damien? Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, Sledhead. So the most I spent, that's that Eduardo Rizzo sketch. This right here, this was $200.
Sweet.
That's the most expensive thing I bought.
But really, I mean, if you're a baller on a budget, there's a lot of like $2 book bins and things of that sort where you can go in and get a ton of books for 20-40 bucks, you know, and still have a good time, you know. So I mean, there's definitely levels to the game, but you can get in the game at any level, you know.
And I'll say this, the Eastman
You're
photo
muted,
op
Joe.
I bought, I actually bought that in advance.
We can't hear you, Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I couldn't hear Joe.
Okay.
There we go.
I was going to say the Eastman I bought was for Adrian Panda Awesome and Burke, me, and Mike V. I was going to do, but Mike V left Sunday. Panda never showed. He had personal stuff. And
there was definitely less of us this year than there normally is.
Yeah, Burke was in line all day. So
I didn't see him at all. Yeah.
I didn't want to get Burke out of line because, you know, he was trying to get his SIGs. So I didn't tell anybody. I just went and did it by myself. But it was cool. It was cool to get Eastman. I wasn't going to tell that part of the story. I don't want anybody to feel bad, but I don't think any of them are in here.
Oh, yeah, but you still got it, and that's cool. And also, are you done with your haul?
I'm done.
Let's talk about who your visitor on Sunday, who walked by and you said his name. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. And came right back behind the booth. So I was working my buddy's booth this weekend, having fun, just sitting around. And I see CB Sobolski, the head of Marvel Comics, editor-in-chief, walk by the booth. And I was like, and I'd heard he was there scouting talent. And I was like, CB Sobolski. He stops and he goes like this. And he's like, I heard my name. And he comes in. And he like asked so before you got there, he asked like he asked us about any local artists. Of course, I plugged Jeff Edwards.
That's my man. That's our man right there.
Yeah. That he should go check out. And then we just talked about comic books and food. And then Marcus comes walking up, and I'm like trying to give him the side to get back, but he keeps walking up to the booth. So, like, for lack of wanting to shout at him, I just started snapping my fingers. So he walks in, like, don't snap your fingers at me. I was like, hey, meet CB Sobolski.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, his whole face, he just thought it was some dude we were talking to.
Yeah, I had no idea who it was. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Marcus, meet CB Sobolski. Well, he recognizes the name, obviously. And he's like, oh, like, hey, but wasn't he super friendly?
Yeah, he was. And yeah, for him to just walk up and walk right behind your booth, start talking to you about comics, that's the kind of vibe that we love in this comic book hobby, man. So that was super cool. Regret not getting any video or pictures of that moment, man. That would have been a lot cooler.
Yeah,
I wasn't even
it's
thinking.
kind of one of those things. It's easy to say afterwards, isn't it?
And you want to experience it too. And you know, oh, can we stop and let me just do the selfie? You know, it feels, you know. And that was my problem with making content is like, I have a hard time being like, hey, can you do this video? It just feels, it's hard for me to not feel douchey doing that, but it's necessary for the content, but I need to find a way to get better at it. But awesome stuff, man. Poke and Joe, let's talk about your week. What, I mean, you talked about your hotel.
Now we get into the big boy haul.
So we were all talking sub 1,000. Joe would definitely not be that, especially if you consider the
drinks and food and everything else, comics.
Yeah,
not
flight and hotel. Yeah.
I didn't even contemplate. So yeah, no. So I'm gonna just run through these quickly for y'all. Robotech #1 for the '80s collection.
If you're gonna look at these books, please go to Poke and Joe's Planet Comicon video and give it a like.
Star Wars #1, first reprint.
Yeah.
Did you get that from Middle School Geek?
No, I got that from the guy he was a comic book dealer, but he was kind of away from all the other comic book dealers. He was complaining about it the whole time. Most of this I actually got from him because I just made him laugh and he gave me a discount.
Yeah, I saw one of those for 40. I didn't realize it was a second print.
Yeah, Sectoids. Star Bright for '80s. This is all for '80s collection. I'm not a fan.
Rainbow Bright.
So So Joe has a thing where he collects 80s comic books. Yeah, so that's what he means by that.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. Just because I
Great
love the movie, nostalgia
Great
vibe.
movie. Great movie.
80s collection. Count Duckula, number 1. Madame
Classic.
Xanadu, Night Doorway Nightmare,
That's
number
a good
1.
yeah.
Now we get into the older books. We got Boy Commandos for Silver Age appearance. Weird Wonder Tales, number 1. Worlds Unknown, number 1. Nightmare Tales, number 1.
Oh, I love the art on that one.
Yeah, I love that too. Captain Action, number 1.
Wow.
Love that book.
Yeah.
These are some cover buys that I got. Let's see here. Action Comics number 378. Just, the devil out there living his best life. No cell phone in sight.
Who's the artist? Do you know the artist on that? That was nice.
I don't know. I just fell in love with this cover. It was great.
Yeah, it's great.
When I read it, I'll shoot you a message. I got this one because dude looks like Popeye.
Yeah.
Captain Strong.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Is that his name, Captain Strong?
Yeah, Captain Strong.
Yeah,
that's a ripoff.
He shows up in Harley Quinn years later, right?
Yeah.
I never
Batman
heard of
number
that.
251, first reprint.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was the first reprint when I saw it the first time. I was like, oh my god!
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to pull the trigger on some of this stuff because I don't know if I'll ever actually buy the first one if I'm really that interested, but at least I'll have a reprint.
Yeah.
Ms. Marvel number 1, actual.
I really love this one. I really like that one a lot.
I do. Flash 142, the second appearance of Trickster.
Yep.
I've never heard of that guy. He looks like a clown.
Yeah.
Played by Mark Hamill in the Flash TV show of the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, homie.
Spectacular Spider-Man number 99, first appearance of Spot.
I think that's a great book. I guessed in your video how much it was. Do I get an answer here or do I have to wait?
I spent $50 on this.
I'm not surprised because it looks super clean. Yeah.
It is super clean. It is so clean.
And that's the main villain of the next Spider-Verse movie, which is among the best Marvel things.
I'm surprised to see it that cheap, to be honest with you, for a movie that everybody liked.
For it to be that clean, yeah.
Yeah, so these are all first appearances here. So this is Showcase presents Rip Hunter Time Master. This is a Golden Age book.
Oh, I saw this book in person.
Yeah.
So cool.
Pretty good. I like that. And then I got my holy grail for 2024, the big book that I really wanted. Pep Comics number 17. This is the first death of a superhero in comics and the first appearance of Hangman.
I love the 4-color style.
So Pep Comics issue 17. Who dies?
The original Hangman. This is the second Hangman in it. His first appearance. So yeah. He gets gunned down by a gangster in an alley. And then for slabs, for the 80s collection, I was surprised. I found this, but I couldn't find Droids 1. But this is the Mask preview.
That's so great. The 9/8 on that. And it looks...
Yeah. Hawkman,
it looks like
5, the origin of Shadow Thief.
Cool.
Classic.
Pretty good prices on the slabs, or
I'm sorry?
Were they pretty good prices on the slabs that you found?
Yeah, they were okay. I don't normally buy slabs, but I wanted to get a lot of this stuff kind of done. So
yeah.
And out of the way. So when I go to Heroes Con, I can actually search for some of the other things. Green Lantern number 20. This is the first appearance of Jessica Cruz, or cameo appearance, I think is what we call it now.
That's not her face, you said?
Yeah, just not her face. I love this cover. And I got this at Beckerman's friends at Fair Comics. By the way, Fair Comics, fair pricing, fair people. They're just all around just good people. Check them out.
They do, yeah.
Actually, when I was there, it was called Unfair.
This is Venom 27, and this is Signature, but the signature is in this kind of red, white, and blue style. Which I just thought that was beautiful.
Awesome. CJ is saying that's the second appearance of Spot.
Well, it's his first appearance as Spot.
Yeah, it's his first appearance as Spot. Before that, he was just the scientist guy.
Yeah, he was just Jonathan Ohm before.
He wasn't the Spot then. He was Dr. something or other.
Jonathan Ohms.
But that Pep Comics, man, that book is cool. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Death of the Comet. And his brother is the Hangman.
I messed that up. Yeah, it is the Comet. You're right.
But no, I love it. The shield on the cover too.
I'm sorry?
The shield.
Oh yeah. Shield's on the cover. Hangman. There's one other guy on the cover too. Is that Comet, I'm assuming, in the background? I don't know. I've never read it before. I'll have to read it. That way I get up to speed on it. But yeah, that's all I bought. Sorry if it wasn't so.
That Pep Comics, man, I can't get over how cool that cover is.
I love that one.
1941.
I love that Miss Marvel, and I love that mask. I can't believe it's a 9.8. It looks like it so easily could have got damage over the years, and it's a 9.8. I love that one, man. Great haul, man. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing that with us. Bobby is a stone cold veteran of Planet Comicon. Have you been every year or most every year? If not
I've been every year. I've been every year.
25 years of
25 years. I remember my first year there. I didn't really know you guys, but I knew of you guys. And I remember watching you and Brother Joe just work the floor. And I was like, man, one day I'm going to be like them. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm working my way. You guys know what you're doing out there, man. What are your pickups?
I thought I knew till I seen Matt Becker, man. Now there's a guy that works, man. He knows what to do. Yeah.
Michael.
But man, that 25
right
years.
There, buddy.
For me, what did I do?
Yeah.
But sometimes things work out. Yeah, this was I don't know if you're familiar with this book. This is at Emperor Joker. It's the deluxe edition. It just came out this last week. It just came out. And originally it came out in the year 2000. And this is the book that I'm in. Yeah, that I met Doug Mankey and Tom Nugent. He was the inker. And I met those guys 24 years ago in the year 2000. And I asked Doug if I could be in a book, man. And he said, okay. And so I'm in Superman Man of Steel number 105. And so this is the collected edition. So I'm in this hardcover book. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That 24 years ago. That's awesome.
Yeah, right. And they came to town. It just so happened that they came to town. You know what I mean? I went to my LCS, and the lady gave me this book. I told her the story, and she knows me. And so it's a $50 book. She gave me the book. I went to the con. First thing I did, I went to Doug Mankey and Tom, and I had them sign it. Yeah. They signed it in there. Yeah.
Ooh, show the page you're on.
Very nice. And that LCS is the Kansas City famous Clint's Comics, long time comic shop here in the Kansas City area. Bobby De La Ghetto's longtime LCS.
Yeah, I've been going there for 40-something years. So yeah, it's like the longest relationship I have is with my comic shop. But I'm here on page
more than any woman, right?
Yeah. I'm right there in the crease of the book. It's hard to see, but I'm right here. Yeah. I'm right here.
Oh, I see you. That's dope, man.
Super cool.
Man. So 2 of my homies are in a comic book. Man, I need to get in a comic book.
I've been in 2, actually.
What's your other one that you're
I've been into?
An indie book, which is actually me. My buddy Mark Stegbauer put me in a book called The Paper Chase. And then Philip Kennedy Johnson named a character after me in DC Black Label's The Last God.
Which is a great book, man. I love that book.
I was in a Delta Dogs and an upcoming book that Ignacio's working on.
Ooh, very cool.
So basically, Marcus sucks, everybody.
I'm the only loser. That's not a surprise to me. What up, DVH? Good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming through. But that is a lovely. That's the annual. Okay,
wow. Yeah, king size.
Wouldn't that be Bill Finger, Nick's Kicks and Comics? better known as Nikki Pancakes.
Nikki Pancakes.
Becker's buddy Bob Finger.
Bob Kane and Bill Finger had a baby.
Got my Simon Bisley signed. I went with this bad boy. Yeah. That's Simon
Very
Bisley.
nice.
Yeah.
I like that art. That's some cool art.
Super cool.
And yeah,
You
I'm
know,
gonna go with
man,
Sledhead's answer. We're all in a book because they're set on Earth. I like it.
I really didn't do too much shopping for books till Sunday, Saturday and Sunday. I went. Friday was nice. Saturday was a madhouse, man. You know, it was crowded. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, you couldn't hardly turn around in there. And but I found some books. I went to that Elite Comics. You know, they're a local comic shop here in Kansas City. And they had some half-price slabs. Now, this was a gold label. It's autographed 9.8. It's just some random Daredevil, but for $25, man, I said, I'll put that in my collection. Yeah.
With the signature on it? Yeah, if you want it at all, it's worth it for $25. Yeah. Absolutely.
Clay.
Boy, that's rare to get a deal out of him.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Boy, you just got blood out of a turnip, Bobby.
Yeah, Elite Comics wants you to pay tomorrow's prices today.
I got
Elite actually refers to their prices.
I got that 9.8 second printing Thor 6. Yeah, that one came down. You know, I mean, I was wanting this one. It's at the wraparound cover. And
ooh, love me some Thanos, man.
I got this one and another one for $70 or $35 a piece on these slabs. They came down, man. Yeah.
But, yeah, that's nice, man. I'm glad you found a deal from them. I should have looked at them. I glanced over their stuff. I should have looked a little harder.
Ooh. And Noctera one with the glow in the dark cover. Yeah, 9.8.
That I think this is a great cold key to get personally. Because it's already been optioned for Netflix. I think it's a great world with a great story with a great hero, and it may not be anything, but it's worth a flyer. So that's a great pickup, man. And I love that. I do love that book.
I picked up some dollar books, man, and they had some swag. They was giving away some swag. They had like a dispensary. They were giving away papers, grinders, and they had free beer. You know what I mean? They had a lot going on over there in that swag area. Yeah. But after Doug Mankey, after I met him, that Maria Wolf, I had met her like last year or the year before, and she's real cool people. I dig her artwork, and I gave her a Pez head, last year. And after I left the con and all that, I thought about, man, I should have asked her for try to get a sketch from her. So Friday, I made a beeline right over to her, and I had a little piece of artwork. You know how I do it and stuff to. Yeah. And I gave it to her and she dug it. And I was like, can I get a little remark on the thing? And she said, yeah. She did this full on sketch. Yeah.
Wow. That is so awesome, man. That's dope. Bobby's in another book, guys. I love it.
Damn, that's cool.
That is really cool. I love the Berserker book. I love that you chose a Berserker book.
That made my con, man. And she didn't charge me, man. She just said, here, bro. Yeah, she gave it to me, man. So yeah. Much shout out to Maria Wolf. Yeah, I love you. You have to put you on the spot, Maria, but yeah.
Awesome and artist.
She can put down the barbecue, I hear. Her and Annika last year ate an entire party platter from Jack's Dad.
Why are you calling them out like that? You ain't got to put their business out there like that. What up, Biggie Shaq? Good to see you, homie.
I got a print from Bernard Chang, where Deadpool, I knew he was a Chief fan. Yeah, he's wearing some cheap underwear and he's got the cheap socks. Yeah.
That's awesome. You got to frame that one for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's going up, man. Yeah. And I had a good time, Como Comics, he's on YouTube. He's got a channel. I had made a point to go see him. He's a nice guy, and just
great guy, yeah.
Time, man.
He's from Missouri. For a Missourian, he's okay.
For Missourian, he's okay, yeah. But Joe, like I said, man, I owe you, man. Yeah, next time, for sure, man.
Or it's always 2025.
Oh, we get another Joe back. I love it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bobby. That was dope, man. I love that Berserker cover from Maria Wolf. That was pretty amazing, man.
Super cool haul, Bobby.
Thank you for jumping.
Did your brother get art from Bernard Chang? Didn't one of you get something from Chang?
He got a sketch from Tom Nugent and a couple other people. Saturday was his birthday, so he was telling everybody it's my birthday, and they was loading him up. Yeah, he was getting all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
see what I'm saying? They know what they're doing out here, man. They know what they're doing. I'm telling you,
those boys know how to do it.
What up, AR? Well, thank you for jumping on and sharing that, man. I appreciate you doing that. Let's see. So I guess it's my turn. The first thing that I did at Fountain Con, which is a smaller con here in the Kansas City area, I got a sketch from Jeffrey Edwards, which is a local artist, great local artist, and with the agreement that I would get it at Planet, and that was the first thing I did was go over to see Jeff and get a look at mine. I gave him a Spawn blank, and I said, "Hey, do whatever you want with it, and I'll be excited about it."
Was that one of my blanks, or is that one of yours?
It was one of mine. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is what he did with it. And I can't show you this one in person because it is off to be graded. So I'm super pumped about that. Wow. And the other thing I got from him, they had an exclusive Raphael book, and you can see that underneath the sketch actually. And he did a shredder. He did a shredder remark on it, which was really cool looking. And then Greg Kirkpatrick, who's an artist as well, did a remark on the other side of the book. And that one is also off to CGC to get graded. So I'll be getting 2 gold label slabs back that I'm super excited with some great art. I'm slowly pushing my way to that Beckerman level of original art. I'm not there yet, but it's definitely my trajectory. And
you don't even have more Jeff Edwards sketches than I do.
Did I say that I was there? Why do you have to be like this? I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I shared one of my most accurate memes ever was I shared that clip from High Fidelity of Jack Black in the record store. You know how they're super elitist in the record store because no one knows as much as them, but no one could possibly know as much as them. That's Beckerman to a T, man. To a damn T. So yeah, but I'm excited about. I did not get. There was one celebrity there that I was really. I mean, John Berthal I was really excited about, but there's a childhood love in my life that was there, Topanga, and I didn't get to get in line and go see her because it's not really my thing. But I did go over there and stare at her, like I said I would.
He did,
and she is more beautiful in person. But one of my Madden football franchise homies did get a picture with her. And he told me that I could share it. And so she is incredible, guys. I am such a huge fan. And she's really nice, too.
Why don't you do a picture with her?
Because I don't do lines and stuff like that. It's not really my thing. But I kind of, if I were to do one, it would have definitely been with her. But it's also, it's like when we walked in to with John Bernthal, it's so awkward. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing, buddy? It's just, for me.
You end up doing the grandpa stance and smiling.
So awkward, like you have no idea who I am. Let's take a picture together.
He just comes off cool though, doesn't he?
He came off real cool. He looked real cool. His haircut was slick, man.
That's what I mean, but like cool in all the meanings of it. You know what I mean? Like more so than even approachable. He was almost too cool to talk to,
And that's because he comes from like, humble beginnings, which gives him that grounding. And I know that because I've watched a lot of stuff from him. But when he plays Punisher, he's got a great podcast. And when he plays Punisher, man, I swear when he grunts, I just want to run through walls, dude. I just feel whenever he plays Punisher, man, I'd be feeling it like crazy.
When he plays Punisher, I feel exhausted. I need to take a
nap. I think my camera's tripping out here. Let me fix it real quick.
Sunday, when I was done with the Eastman line, I had to go use the bathroom, and I ran into Ron Perlman. He was.
I didn't actually see him.
We were both leaving at the same time, and all I could think of, man, this guy looks like a really old man, which stands to reason. But in my head, He's Hellboy.
Yeah, he is pretty old though.
But he was like kind of a hunch. We walked the same. Like, you know how I limp around? Like, we were both kind of limping out of the bathroom, and we kind of, at first, I didn't realize who he was. And he gave me kind of the nod, like, yeah, screw this walking stuff. And I was like, yeah, buddy, you know, like,
super.
And then I realized, oh, that's Ron Perlman, because his assistant was waiting for him outside the bathroom.
And yes, Sledhead, we are known for barbecue. We have great barbecue with a number of great barbecue spots. So if you're ever in town, definitely let us know. We went to a great one, Q39, but there's a bunch more than that. Jack Stack.
Slaps. That's where I want to take people.
Yeah,
Rosedale.
Gates. You ever go to Gates? Nobody ever talks about Gates anymore, I feel like.
Gates is trash anymore.
It's been a while.
Really? I haven't been to Gates in a really long time, so I can't say for sure. But
it used to be one that I had.
For one thing, they yell at you when you come in the door.
It is intimidating when you go there, yeah, because you do get yelled at. Because there's so many people in there, they're just trying to move people through. But yeah, if you don't know what's going on in there, it can be intimidating real quick. But what up, Rude? Thanks for coming through, my man. I also show off. I'm also big about. I want to Applebee's this room, so I want every section of the wall to have stuff on it. And so I added a couple of things. Yeah. That's what my wife called it, and I was mad at how accurate it was. It was like, how dare you be so fucking accurate with what you just said there? But I added this. I added this Thanos, which I absolutely love. This thing, man, with it looking frame. That thing is looking so fire to me. I did a nice video for it, but I also added. Let me turn off this light. Actually, can't really see it, but I added this Killmonger print as well as some Chief stuff from a local artist. I had to get Kelsey.
That Anthony that did the your Chief stuff. I went to school with him. Yeah,
he was cool, man, and I liked his art. Yeah, his art is great. And I had to get me some Chiefs gear to represent, so I added that as well. I did get some. Real quick, I'll go through the books. I didn't get any big books. I was mostly looking for like just specific stuff for me. But I've been trying to complete this run of Daredevil: The Man Without Fear, Frank Miller, and George Romita Jr. This was not the best copy, but I've been needing.
Jr.
What did I say?
George.
Jr. But I've been looking for 3 and 5 of this series forever, and I was looking everywhere at this con for 3 and 5, and this was the only one I actually found, and it has a little spine tick on it, so I would like to still find a better copy. But I'm still. I loved this series as a kid, and so when I became back, it's one of those things that I wanted to go back and get. I'm really far away from it, but I have long-term aspirations of an Iron Man run. And so whenever I see some cheap ones that can help me fill it, I grab those. And this one looked like a pretty clean copy for $4. And you said it. This shop was kind of cool because they actually put grades on their books to give you an idea.
I know where you got that. Yeah, I saw those guys. Yeah.
That was pretty. Yeah, they're from Michigan. I forget what their names were, but they were from Michigan. Nice guy. But yeah, it was really cool. So I picked up that because I'm slowly trying to fill out an Iron Man run. And then I picked up this one as well. I thought it was a cool cover with that Stark shirt on there. And then another long-term aspirations of filling out a Fantastic Four run. Obviously, the early stuff is going to be about impossible, but I've got a good chunk of 200 to 300. And so anytime I get a chance to add to that run as well, I'm adding in on that. So
yeah, even a
newsstand. Grabbed me at 280 there. Yeah, he had it as a 6.5 newsstand, and then he had this one as a 7.0 newsstand.
Well, that's a cool cover.
That was cool. Yeah. And then I'm a fan of Sam Wilson as Captain America, so I was wanting to get this book. Denny, a great local seller. You know it's Denny because he always writes it up there like that. But Denny Cox, one of the great local sellers, he puts on local cons around here. Great guy. Love buying from him, and was able to pick up the first Sam Wilson as Cap from him. Yeah, and then I'm into volume 5 of Captain America. And so, but a lot of it is overpriced, but now it's starting to come down. And so I was able to get this one for cheap, The Death of Captain America. And then some more Captain America. Captain America is another one I have long-term aspirations of filming
love
run.
that
So
one.
I have
Yeah,
like
that's a
3
good one.
copies of that
First
book. I
Sparky.
wish you would have told me this.
I actually have more. This is not my first copy of this one either. But I kept grabbing it. Here was kind of a big purchase. I was like, do I really want this? And it was more a cover buy than anything.
Yeah.
I really loved this cover.
Great Mike Zeck cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and splurged a little bit and got this one. I'm excited to add it to my. I've kind of done away with going after Spider-Man books, but I just love that cover so much that I went for it. Another one, long-term aspirations of an Avengers run. And so anytime I actually did not have this one, so I was excited to add this one to the mix. But anytime I see Avengers Volume 1 fillers, I'm probably going to get it, especially if it's cheap. So here's some more of those. Just trying to fill in. This actually filled in a nice chunk of the run for me in the middle there. So 279, 280. And then here's one that I got from my buddy Pocan Joe. Still in the poly bag. Some great 90s juiciness there. Night Stalkers #1. Been in the poly bag for 30 years, and for another 30 years it will stay probably. I'm a huge fan of Vision and Scarlet Witch, so anytime I see this book, I always grab it because they were my favorites as a kid. I'm a hopeless romantic. I've been trying to add this book to my collection forever.
Another Denny buy.
Yes, and Denny had more than one of these. I almost bought more than one. I was like, I just need one. And it's a pretty good. It's probably not a 9.8, but it's a pretty good copy. It's a 9, I would say. So I'm excited to finally add a Spawn #1 because that was a book I wanted as a kid and I never got it. So I'm excited to have it now. West Coast Avengers. Beckerman challenged me on this one, but this is the first cameo appearance of John Walker. I did not say cameo, so that's what threw him off. But this is the first cameo appearance of John Walker. West Coast Avengers 44. I have multiple copies of this one. I have the whole run, but I always grab this one if it's cheap.
And it's also the butt cover.
Yes, butts. Yes, that was the first thing you said when I brought it over. Yeah, this was strictly. I love Dick, and so this was strictly a cover buy. I really like.
We know you do.
We know.
Huge fan of Dick, and I love this Dick cover. You put Dick on a cover, I'm probably going to buy it. So.
I'm going to clip that.
Somebody.
And then we got this from my buddy Beckerman. Last Blood #1 blank sketch cover. Rob Liefeld, a highly sought after.
It's not a blank
book.
sketch cover. It's a launch cover.
What does that mean? What's the difference?
It wasn't meant to be a sketch cover. It was meant to be like a promo. It was meant to not give away spoilers when it was released.
Oh, but you could get a sketch on it, right?
You could get a sketch on it, correct?
But it's not a sketch cover. Okay, I stand corrected. All right, yeah, and that was my haul. Obviously, I'm most excited about the original art that I got coming from Jeffrey Edwards. Can't wait to get that from CGC. Super excited about it. But we're about at an hour, man. Does anybody have any closing? Actually, let's do the promotion here. Bobby De La Ghetto, do you have anything you want to promote? We got an Instagram page. You don't have a YouTube, do you? I don't think you do.
No, I got my Instagram page, man. You know me, I'm just promoting world peace and just everybody be cool out there. Yeah, let's get along.
World peace and Hala Chiefs y nada más. Am I right? Back-to-back world champs, about to be back-to-back-to-back.
Let's do it.
I can't wait. Excited about it. Thank you so much for jumping on, Bobby. I appreciate you coming through and showing off your dope stuff. Check my man out on Instagram. Link is in the chat. Poke and Joe, I love so much that you've made Kansas City one of your regular stops every year, man. I love getting to see you. And I get to see you twice again this year. I got to see you twice in 2022. I get to see you twice in 2024. I'm super pumped about that. I love hanging out with you, man. Thank you for jumping on with me. What do you got going on your channel?
So comic book review tomorrow. This week, so they're done read. Notes have been taken. Going to film it and launch it tomorrow over at Pocan Joe Comic Book Review. And we have a very special project this month. We had to bump something that we were working on to take the place of something else. So we got over at Evil Layer Projects and Builds, and we're going to have a very special, hopefully in time, a very special project done there. And then I got cons coming up. I got the Veterans Artisan Festival coming up. I took first place in. I got a very busy year, so definitely hit that notification. But I'll promise you, I'll show you something cool.
Where is the con at?
The Comicon.
Yeah, you said you got one coming up, or you got second place?
Yeah, I got GalaxyCon this weekend. I'm going to try to make it. If I can't make that one, we got one in Virginia Beach, and then I got Heroes Con, and then I got the Artisan thing in Colorado.
Colorado, that's where it was. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, link is in the chat for both of his channels. Great channels. Check him out. Beckerman, my Kansas City brother, thank you so much for jumping on and showing off your stuff. I appreciate you. What are you?
You can catch me on the Hucklebuck, amongst other places. Papa Wheelie's channel on Thursdays, 4C Comics on Tuesday. And then Tuesday mornings, of course, the Hucklebuck, the true home of Beckerman.
The true home with Comic Viking. Link is in the chat. And also, you're a fan of Sundays with Bleecker. I usually can catch you.
I love Bleeker's church. Yeah, I'm always there.
Usually can catch you there, man. So
I was there this Sunday from the con.
Thank you to every. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and check that out. But thank you to everybody.
I was trying to get in, but I had bad service.
Yeah, my internet worked way better than this year than it usually does at the con.
Mine didn't work, man. But good seeing you guys. I love you, man.
Biggie said I forgot to plug the wrestling show. I did. Papa Wheelie's channel on Thursday nights.
I did. I posted the link right there.
I got it plugged.
Yeah, definitely. Link is for that is in the chat as well. We're not gonna forget Papa. That's the homie right there, and that's a great wrestling show, man. And wrestling is hype right now. I'm not fully plugged in on it, but the Rock stuff seems really interesting, man. What they're doing with him. Would you agree with that, Becker?
I would agree with that. And then local wrestling is hype. We're gonna watch the premiere, get what's coming to them,
which is a tag team title. That's what's coming to them.
The Howlets are going to take care of business, right, Bobby?
Hell yeah.
Up, baby. You guys are going for the Tribe. Get out of here with the
Tribe, baby.
I actually like the Tribe is the only faces that I like, actually. I do like because they bring it, right? They're always fun. And they always have interesting things going on in their match. So I love the Tribe, even though they're good guys. But I'm still going with Premier Up, man. You know it. Premier Up. We forgot to plug the butt plug.
Which the butt plug is CJ's show. It used to be called Drax Insomniac Theater, but now it's called Butt Plug Insomniac Theater. You can catch it on Los Comic Journey.
You're such a troll, dude. You're such a crazy troll. We'll go ahead and throw Comic Journey's link in the chat because I was excited to see Insomniac Theater back in the mix. It's good to see you back in the mix, CJ.
I wish Drac would take it back over.
This community needs you complaining about something at all times. It's a must. What's up, Scott? Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate you saying what's up to everybody. But yeah, we're at 9:30. That's all I got. Any last words before we cut this thing off?
Don't forget to hit the like button.
Yes, give me a like. We love Topanga. Oh yeah, I didn't share this. Check this out. Shop made me a cover.
That's cool.
Avengers West Coast. I'm in love with that. I got a print from him, so that's definitely going to go on my wall. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much to everybody that comes through and hangs out with us on Tuesday nights, man. I can't appreciate it enough. That's all I got for you this time. Until next time, peace.